When even I was in college, I started working. My first job was in McDonald's. For me, this is success, whatever I gathered.
How do you present MBA as a valuable investment to some of these young?
Also, as an individual, when you're learning something, you're going to add value to your individual self. I know when someone tells me, okay, go and invest over here. So I would question myself, okay, why?
What do you see investment as?
Nazia, I have a total of 8 to 9 years of experience. I come from Bombay, India, starting with my career into HR, training and development. And after a couple of years, I moved to East Africa, Rwanda. I worked there again for a retail store into furnitures. Then I started also working with the Language Institute, and that's where my education industry journey started, working for a startup over there. And in 2022, I moved to Dubai, the land of opportunities, where I could identify myself, what are my reaches. And here I am since last 4 years, and ventured into a lot of roles, industries, and a lot of experience gathered.
Amazing.
Yes,
You sound like you have been almost everywhere, right?
I am.
Yeah, that's a great experience.
Great, thank you.
So, but you were born and raised in Mumbai.
Right.
Correct. Okay.
Right.
And growing up, what kind of tell me a little bit about your financial beliefs, and both from your family and culture.
See, when you're growing up in a middle class family, okay, so I come from that kind of family wherein you have your commitments from an early age. So when even I was in college, I started working. My first job, to be honest, was in McDonald's. And it was an amazing experience while I was in college, completing my hours of lectures and then moving back to the store and handling. And so back then, working in McDonald's would be, the job role would be rotational. So one day you're on counter, one day you're cleaning the desk, one day you're in frozen sector, one day you're making fries, one day you're making burgers. So it was an overall good experience. And that's how I started my career. And after I finished my graduation, I started working for a BPO, which was a US-based BPO into American Express credit cards. And after that, I was promoted to an HR. And that's where my HR journey started. So the next 5 years, I was into human resource, training and development, recruitment, onboarding, induction is what I kept on doing. And I got married. I took a sabbatical for some time. And then I was back into action doing some recruitments, working with some friends. And in 2019, I moved to East Africa, Rwanda. Another very good experience over there. And I think over there, I ventured into retail sector and education sector. Again, when you talk about finance, I think it's more about responsibilities and commitments. So whatever's coming my way, I didn't say no to it. I just took over the opportunity, and I ventured out, you could say.
Awesome. Is the McDonald's menu in India different than here?
Yes, absolutely. People have a lot of spices there.
Really?
Yeah. So
it's like spicy Big Mac?
So it's going to be, there's something like a chicken tikka burger. And over here, it's different. You have Arabic burgers, spicy levels are a little low over here.
But you still have chicken nuggets and Big Mac and all that stuff. All the good stuff.
Of course.
Nice.
Yes.
Very cool. Awesome. So what did success look like for the 18-year-old Nazia?
For me, at that time, I didn't know anything about success, to be very honest.
Okay.
I was just exploring. I was experimenting myself. I didn't know what sector I was going to get into. I just wanted to, work, earn money, and enjoy. come back home, go on weekends with your friends out and have a blast. So success, the meaning and definition of success came very later in my career, when I really understood, what I did over the years and what are the best things happened to me. So, when you come to a certain age or certain career path, you come to know what is best for you and what is not best for you. So I think for me, gathering all the experiences, I think is what my success is. Whatever I did, whatever ventures I got into, whether moving from one industry to another industry, moving on to roles like from admissions, HR, training and development, getting into business development. I mean, these are like very different roles, And for me, this is success, whatever I gathered, whatever I worked on.
Where was the first place you went after leaving home?
I was in Bombay.
No, after leaving Bombay, what was the first place?
Oh, okay. That was Rwanda.
Rwanda.
Yeah,
okay. And what was that decision process like? What brought you to
That
Rwanda?
was a very gradual decision because I moved with my husband. So it was a family move, you can say. And I had to find something for myself. So I moved into this retail sector with him. And I was there, and unfortunately, the business closed down. And I got this opportunity to work for a language institute, wherein I actually came to know what education industry is all about, what kind of training industries are there. Because before this, I was only working for corporates. So here it was a very good experience, student recruitment, getting a lot of students coming to study abroad with, learning English as a second language, because a lot of remote African countries, their people speak French and not English.
Yes.
So people used to come from different remote, small African countries and come and study English over there. So because their main goal would be to go to a UK or a US university, and for them to clear the IELTS exam was very important.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, it sounds like a very rewarding experience.
Yeah.
Do you have like a cool story to share?
Yes, I mean, I had a wonderful experience back then because, first of all, a different culture. Working with African talent is amazing. You really venture out and you experiment these different identities over there. Back in Bombay, you have your own people, your own culture. But when you experiment a new country, a new culture, you really open up to yourself. You try to identify yourself, and you know how flexible you are. So they are very amazing people to work with, and they are highly talented, and they are just amazing African talent. I mean, you should go and work over there.
Yeah.
In Africa.
I would love to visit. I have only been to...
it's an amazing country.
Yeah.
I mean, no matter which African country you go, Africans are amazing people to work with. Yes.
Yeah. I've been to Morocco. That's about it.
Okay.
Yeah, because we can take a ferry and, from Spain. It's pretty close.
From Spain it's closer.
Yeah,
Correct.
so I did that actually a few months ago with my son, and we went there for like a little road trip.
Wow.
That was fun. But I would love to venture out a little bit more
You should
inland.
go to East Africa.
Yeah.
Kenya, one of the most happening tourist place.
I
mean,
heard,
with
yeah.
the Masai Mara and the national forest over there. So
Yeah.
you should be venturing out over there.
It's just a very different part
It's a
of the
different
world.
part of the world, but once you go there, you would be in love with that country.
I have no doubt.
Yes.
Yeah, nice, cool.
Yes.
And then walk me through, after being there, did you return to India?
No. So what happened is when I was there, then COVID came,
Okay.
2020 is when COVID started, and a lot of businesses closed down. Even the institute I was working with was having a hard time because the students couldn't come to Rwanda, which the country where I was. And we started distance online virtual trainings, but that was not working so much. So again, that institute closed down. So for me, it was getting difficult because, at the end, you have your financial commitments. So I decided I will move to Dubai. So the reason I thought of this country is because one of my cousin is over here, and I just over a short call, I asked her, how's this country? Do you think I should go back to India now, or what do I do? And I don't want to go back to India. I want to venture and, start something new. Like, okay, come and see how it works for you. And I don't know what Dubai was. I've never been here, never heard about it, never had any kind of dream of coming over here. But I just started, looking at some companies. What are they? What kind of businesses are here? And I connected with 2 to 3 entrepreneurs, CEOs and founders, and they told me, okay, when you're here, come and meet us. And so back then I already had my connections. So I landed here in 2022. And I started working for a university over here. And this was completely different role into admissions, complete student recruitment for a UK and European university. Which they were tied up with. So this was handling student recruitment from Africa, because my experience was in Africa.
Okay.
So yeah, this was coming out of HR and trainings here into sales. Hitting those targets every month, quarterly, 6 months. So it was a new experiment for me. But again, when you take challenges, you come to know what kind of, how can you stretch your capabilities and how much you can reach out to.
And which one did you like? Did you enjoy more? The sales aspect of education, or did you enjoy the support side of the education?
I enjoy both, honestly, because somewhere I use all my expertise from the HR background as well as from training background. And somewhere I inculcated that into my sales and business development experience. So I think I enjoy both the parts. But yes, talking to students, and my students, of course, are not those school-going students. It's working professionals. So it's kind of networking with different working professionals at senior level, mid-level. And sitting in Dubai, you are talking to people in Africa, you're talking to people in Southeast Asia. So it was a wonderful connect I was finding here.
And what was the program that you were selling?
It was master's, MBA, and doctorate programs.
Okay, so you were selling MBAs to students from Africa to come study in Dubai, or is it more remote?
It was remote.
It was remote.
Yeah, some of them were coming here and studying, but our university program was more aligned to distance learning. However, giving regular degrees for students sitting back there.
So the natural follow-up question for that is, how do you present MBA as a valuable investment to some of these youngsters?
Yes, see, working, so back in Africa, if you see, though the country has so much talent and it's so diverse in culture and experiences, I think education-wise, it's still not at that par. I mean, now things are really getting better, but people all over there, they want to academically get their degrees completed. They want to be professionally ahead, and they want to be at par with the world. So I think when I'm selling an MBA degree or a doctorate program from a UK university, it really adds value to their career and professional growth. So I think that really works when you tell them that this is something which, I mean, even for me, I mean, if I'm doing an MBA degree, it will definitely add value to my career. So explaining the same to them really helped them. And it was surprising that there's so many people who are interested in, advancing their career, advancing their qualification, and they want to do different kind of certifications. They want to upskill themselves and upgrade their current qualifications. And they were ready to do that. So it's amazing experience.
That is very interesting. That's a very, the reason why I want to kind of dig into this is because there are currently kind of like two school of thoughts, right? One school of thought is that, hey, education is still very important.
Yes.
I came from an educational background. I'm an academic
Yes.
myself. I taught in college level universities. So obviously I do see the importance in
Yes.
education. But the second school of thought, or on the opposing side, is that, school is overrated. It gets you in debt, especially from, I went to school in the US.
Right.
It's very, very expensive. A lot of people get into debt, or it's a technically, really, it's a financial investment for a lot of people to do that. And when it comes to an investment, we look at the return.
Right.
And when it comes to the return, is it really valuable?
Right.
What are your thoughts on that?
See, of course, being at, every working professional, you are at an age where you have professionally grown, you're working somewhere, and every investment you're doing, whether it's on your professional career or personally, you will definitely look at an ROI. And if you're not getting that, definitely you will think twice about it, because at the end, you have your commitments and accountabilities to give. So when it comes to degrees or academic qualifications, you will definitely look at future, your long-term perspective. Like, is it really going to help you in long term? So definitely when you do an MBA or you're doing a doctorate program, it's not only going to give you advance your career professionally, but also as an individual, when you're learning something, you're going to add value to your individual self. Because there's something learning happening, and upskilling is something which I always advise that everyone should upskill themselves, no matter what age they are, whether they are working or not. They need to have knowledge in their field, or even exploring new opportunities or new fields or skills.
I like that answer. I like that answer a lot,
Yeah.
because that's one of the things I used to say to my students too. I remember, I didn't come up with this. I'm not smart enough to come up with this, but I heard it from a mentor of mine.
Yes.
Back in the university days. I had a mentor who told me, hey, whatever you learn in the 4 years of college, not
Right.
necessarily you're going to dump all that out the
Yeah.
next day, in your job and whatever you do.
Yes.
But maybe 10 years down the road, you're going to remember something, right? Well, this
Correct.
one thing that's going to influence your decision
Yes.
10 years, 20 years down the road.
Absolutely,
Right.
absolutely. I mean, even today, I'll tell you one example. I was working with some university students in Africa, and we were working. So I also do HR lecture. I deliver HR lectures also. So my students are learning HR. So we were on some topic, and we came on a topic of job loss. All right. Now here, for example, there's a situation, someone loses their job. I mean, it's very disappointing. I mean, the next phase is going to be very gruesome. It's going to be struggling for them. Immediately what you will start is, because you have your financial commitments, which has suddenly coming to a standstill, you will start hitting those jobs, and you'll sit in a day and apply to 100 jobs, 500 jobs, and next day you get those rejection as a return gift, you see.
Of course, yeah.
Yeah, so that's very frustrating, that's very irritating, and at the end you will get disappointed, and it will take you to a negative path. Okay, so this was a situation we were talking about. What I suggested and what we worked on is, like, why don't we take this phase of your career where you've lost your job in a more positive manner? Taking this as, I also do, study about project management. This is one skill which is very important in any field you go. All right. So we take, say you can hit a job in 1 week's time, you can hit a job in 3 months' time, or maybe 6 months, depending, however, if you take it as a project, keep a timeline of 3 months. All right. And in this 3 months, plan yourself, strategize how you're going to work towards hitting that goal of landing a job. Not necessarily you are going to land a job, but somewhere by the end of 3 months, you will land somewhere. You will be creating some value at the end of the day, right? So we name this project as RUN, R-U-N. Okay, RUN. So R is, let me explain you. R is revamp. U is for upskill. N is for network. So how we are going to start this is, it's very interesting. Revamp is the first thing you do is not hit those jobs. Build your profile. Look at your CV. Identify where you lacked and what you have done so far. Go back to your professional career and see what you've achieved, what you've not achieved, what you can do. Because now you have the time. I mean, you don't have that routine 9 to 6 job where you really have to sit and, work on your deadlines. I mean, you are break free. You can do so many things now. I mean, take it in that manner. I mean, revamp yourself, identify skills you can do, and work on those job boards, LinkedIn, optimize your LinkedIn profile, work on that. I'll tell you, Bobby, when I do recruitments for senior positions, I get CVs from CEOs, CFOs, which are so sad. I mean, hardly there's anything there. I mean, I have to literally call them and say that, sir, could you please update your CV? There's nothing in there. And they're like, oh, I don't have time to update my CV. But then you have to understand, when I'm forwarding your CV, it's the mirror to your profile, which is going to the employer. So it's very important that you really work on your CV at the end of the day, because that's your profile. That's your whole professional career in that 2-3 pages. It's very important. So that's first thing we do is revamp. Second thing is upskill. You have the time. Why don't you learn something? Learn a new skill. Venture into some new certifications. For example, you're into supply chain. You're a supply chain professional. Get a certification for yourself. You're a finance person. Learn trading. Learn financial literacy. Learn. There's so many things you can learn. There are so many free platforms. If you have a LinkedIn premium package, you can also get into LinkedIn Learning. There's so many Udemy and so many courses are there. Or if not anything, just go to YouTube videos and explore things which are not around you, which you've not done before. That will really, help you in knowing what kind of market is there, what kind of businesses are around, what kind of things are happening over here. Like, there is AI going on everywhere. I mean, AI is in every sector, you name it. AI is in HR, AI is in finance, AI is in schools, everywhere. So why don't you just go and explore yourself, learn those skills, and get little more upgraded, right? So this is the second part of upskill. Third comes is network. I mean, you have the time, go and start meeting people. Network. I mean, even if you have to go and meet your friends, it's fine. You never know, one of your friend may be in some company looking for some employee, and you can just reach out to that person, or join some groups, join some communities. In Dubai, for example, there are so many exhibitions happening. I mean, for me, though I'm from an education sector or an HR person, I still go to jewelry exhibition. I go to food, FMCG sector. I mean, you meet so many new people. You know what's happening in the market. You know what new businesses are there. So this all when you do, and I'm sure by the time you hit those 3-month timeline, when you look back, you have created some value for yourself at the end.
This is a great advice.
Yes.
Yeah, what a great structure.
Exactly.
I agree with you on every level.
Yes.
I also love to go to food conventions, but for the samples myself.
Okay. Amazing. Yeah, there's a lot of free food which is offered there.
Yeah, go hungry, come back happy, right?
So those amazing chefs making some amazing dishes for you.
I'm not looking for people to talk to. I'm just looking for the next thing to eat.
Correct. Absolutely. Yeah. So it's very important, you venture out to these different exhibitions. You come to know, you meet so many new people. There are a lot of startups there. What kind of new businesses are coming in. So it really helps you, So I think this project really works. I mean, anyone who's lost their job, instead of getting disappointed or hitting just those, jobs every day, applying for it, rather work on this kind of planning or strategy.
So what's your advice for someone who just graduated? Would you advise them to try as many jobs as possible, or go for the job that they want?
Honestly, I would say not just go for any job. Of course, you need to like something also. Okay. But yes, also depends on your commitments. Okay. If you having an opportunity right in front of you, someone saying, okay, there is an job here. Why don't you just join? Take it. You never know where you reach from there. So it's not necessary that you have to go for every opportunity which comes. But yeah, if you have something there, take it. And you never know from there where you go. So it's like that.
Yeah, amazing.
Yeah.
So we're gonna switch gear. I
Yes,
actually
sure.
prepare like sort of a bonus round for us.
Right.
Okay, so this round is gonna call rapid fire round. Okay.
All right,
So I'm
great.
gonna give you 2 words.
Okay.
And then you're going to pick one that resonate or matters to you most at this point of your life,
Okay.
or maybe something you agree more than the other one.
Okay,
Okay.
perfect.
Security or autonomy,
Security.
guidance or opportunities,
Opportunity.
wealth or network,
Network.
profit or purpose,
Purpose.
reputation or results.
Results.
That's a hard one.
Yeah.
I asked these questions to myself. And that was the one I had.
It's tricky.
Yeah.
Right.
Growth or balance,
I think balance.
give or take.
Both.
Oh, okay. All right. I think I think I wasn't surprised with the answers you picked. It really resonated with, a lot of the
Yes.
things you have been talking about. So, speaking of risk, which career move did you feel like was a risky decision?
Honestly speaking, I think all my career I've taken career risk.
Yeah.
I've been full of risk. Okay. For example, moving from an HR training atmosphere to admissions, sales, doing business development, generating leads. I mean, this is all a hustle of developing new skills for myself. So I was not hesitant in taking any career risk. For me, whatever opportunities came, I took it for myself because, of course, I had my commitments, my financial responsibilities. So I took whatever was coming in front of me, and definitely it is challenging, it is difficult. But then if you go with the right mindset, and you really know what you have to do, no matter if it's a new industry, you can achieve those goals. So career risk is not something so challenging. It's all about your mindset.
Sure. Yeah. I think risk involves with everything we do.
Yes,
Right.
absolutely.
Picking a job, picking a place to
Yes,
live, even
exactly.
picking the person we marry, be
Yes.
with, right? With our
Yeah,
friends.
so it's always your whole life is about challenge and risk. Or you should be always open to new opportunities and new risk, whatever comes to your life.
Yeah, I agree. So what you talked a little bit earlier about being in HR, and you look at a lot of resumes. How many resumes have you seen in your life?
Oh, I have seen so many, so many. I mean, if I post one job, my inbox would be full of 100 CVs there, and it's really sometimes frustrating to go through each and every CV.
So what's the top candidate 1% CVs that you put a star next to? What does that CV look like?
Someone who's really, in the first box of summary, just summarizes their whole professional. I just read that. Okay, that will give me a gist of what this person has done professionally, and does that really match to my JD, what I'm looking for. So that summary is really important, and I really advise a lot of my networks and my friends that please work on your summary, though it's a short statement, but something which really gives you your whole 10 years into 5 statements. So that's important, yes.
And what is the one thing you see very often on a CV that you can care less about?
Oh, languages. And I think, somewhere people don't know that they are supposed to have shorter CVs. I mean, nobody has time to go through those 6 pages of CVs. I mean, if there is a senior professional who's going to list me down, their 10 years of work experience with 7 companies with their work roles, I'm not going to sit and read all that. So the first 3 companies and the summary is important for me. I'm not going to look at anything else other than that. Yes.
So picture or no picture?
Okay, that's fine.
Picture is fine?
Yeah, picture
I think
is
that's
fine.
always like a tricky one, right?
Yeah.
See,
again, it depends on the role, okay? If I'm looking at someone as a receptionist or someone as a public relation person or someone who's, going to be more on a customer-facing role, then definitely you need to see the picture as well. But then if you're at a senior level, you're looking at a back-end operation roles, then you don't need a picture. You need your experience.
That's
Yes.
interesting.
Yes.
I mean, I haven't been looking for a job for some time, but when I did many years ago, I was always told like not to put your picture on it, right? But I also have heard, hey, but like you said, if you are looking for more of a customer service oriented job,
Yes.
I guess it's actually like a client facing
It's
job.
like
It would
when
matter.
you're, you have a role looking for someone at a retail showroom. So, of course, it's going to be a physical job role. So, definitely you need to have a picture to know who's going to be there in my showroom and who's going to promote my products.
And do you use education as a filter or priority? Or a way to prioritize?
Again, it depends on the role. Okay, there are some roles, for example, a retailer or someone on a junior level. Academics is not that important, but yes, when it comes to senior level roles, then definitely I look at the education part also, like how qualified he is or what kind of advanced certifications or skills he has added. It's not that the person has finished their bachelor's degree and is still sitting after 20 years also on that qualification. It's very important that, if you are at a senior level, you need to upgrade yourself because the world has gone really far and you need to keep yourself up to date to that.
How AI is affecting everything, right? So it's replacing a lot of jobs. Is really, I mean, statistically speaking, in the US, right, it is 17% harder to find a job for graduates this year comparing just to last year.
Correct.
Right. So from the HR perspective, what skills do you think matters the most in this AI revolution?
See, AI is something which is going to take over in future. I mean, you say yes or no. I mean, every field, every sector, we are using AI, whether it's ChatGPT, whether it's, AI, the different advanced versions of that. It is going to take over. But what will not replace is the people skills. When you're working as an HR in any organization, I mean, that people person being a employee relation person is not going to be replaced by AI. You can get your daily task done by AI. You can get your recruitments done. You can get your performance management done, scores and feedbacks and trainings. But what will not replace is the employee relation skills, which is one-to-one connect with your employees. That's something which is always going to be there. And I really, hope that every HR personnel should be there as a people's person for their employees and for their organizations.
Yeah. I don't think HR will ever be replaced by AI completely.
Never. I don't think so.
It will be a very sad day.
Yeah.
Yeah, right?
It will be a very sad day because AI is going to only take over your backlog, something which is your operational work, your data work and all that. It's good enough, but not the people person why HR actually was evolved. For the reason, for being there for their employees and working with the organization at the same time for the employees.
Sure.
Yes.
So that's you mentioned earlier that you came to Dubai with your husband, and do you guys? What are your goals in Dubai?
For us, our goals definitely it's working and making a lot of money. At the end, everyone wants to make money here. This is the land of opportunity. This is the land where all the global platforms are here. I mean, making the most of it, whatever you can. I mean, I try to experiment with a lot of new roles, new industries. I go and attend so many exhibitions, as I said earlier. I go and meet people. So that's something, it's like I don't get to do all these things back in my home country. This is one place where you have so much experiments you can risk at, and you can make so much money. There's so many ways, so many opportunities every day you can make money on. Yeah.
This is a question I ask a lot of people because I'm in the industry of finance, and I teach and especially in trading and financial literacy. So I'm a straight shooter. So I always ask people, do you feel wealthy?
No, I don't.
And what does wealth look like to you?
For me, wealth is something, where I can survive today, but keeping in mind my investments and whatever wealth I've created is there for my future or long term also. Something which is giving me a return on investments wherever I'm going. Yeah.
And at this point, have you put into thoughts beyond just salary and income?
Yes, of course. I think every individual, they all, when they are earning their salaries or they are, making money, they definitely want to invest somewhere, and they definitely want to have some kind of ROI when they are looking at investments. So it's not only money sitting in the banks, but at the same time where they can use that wealth and create more profits, I would say. Yes.
And do you have a plan?
So see, for example, for me, okay, an individual like me, I don't have much knowledge on any other part of wealth where I can create wealth. I mean, there's real estate industry, but that's on a higher
Which is
end.
huge here.
Yeah,
so
that's
big.
massive.
Yeah, I was so surprised.
Massive.
Everyone, it's funny. The other day I was seeing this like meme, right? And it says like, everybody comes to Dubai, and at some point of the evolution, everyone's a real estate agent.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
This industry is massive here, and this is something it is an ever-growing industry. So again, that's what, we don't know where to go for. So if I talk about trading, like I have my friends who invest in shares, trades, and Forex, like cryptos, Bitcoins, but I have no knowledge. I don't know where to go for all this. I mean, I don't want to depend on a third person for my investments. Why should I depend on third person's advice? I want to have that knowledge for myself. So I keep reading a lot. This is something I've started doing lately. So I know when someone tells me, okay, go and invest over here. So I would question myself, okay, why? And I need to have that background with myself.
You're a smart investor.
Yeah.
You're not a passive investor.
I am not a passive investor. I really need to know where and what and why, what is happening, and what are the long-term effects. Like, it's really going to help me or not.
Do you have like an investment philosophy? Like, what are you investing for? Or what do you see investment as?
For me, investment is something when I retire, I know there is a lot of money with me. So I don't have to depend on someone. So there's something which is running in, every time. So I need to, even if I'm not working, I know there is a lot of money there. And that could be recurring, that could be a one-time investment, that could be a fixed deposit or anything it could be, yeah.
And you spoke earlier that you read a lot about this type of topics. And, before the podcast, we kind of have touched base on several things. I know you're not new to trading. You understand a little bit about, the investment, investment world. Which one attracts you the most? Like,
for me, what attracts me more is, I think the cryptocurrency, which is really, I hear a lot of my friends who are into IT, they tell me, oh, Nazia, go and invest in this crypto. There are apps, there's Bitcoin apps, there's OneCoin Bitcoin giving you more. Then there's also gold, we Indians, we are really addicted to investing in gold. That's something which comes as in our genes.
Yeah, and gold prices has doubled since,
Yeah,
in
of
the
course.
past
I
5
mean,
years.
wherever you have some additional money, you straight go and invest in gold. But I think I want to come out of that and look at other opportunities where I can invest. Why only depend on gold? Again, gold market is fluctuating, but then there are more return on investments on other opportunities also. So as I said, crypto, Bitcoin trading is something I really want to learn on, how these shares work, how, what kind of brokers are there, and are they really giving us healthy advices? So that's why I want to do my homework and then reach out to someone. And why not myself? If I'm talking about upskilling, I can myself study that part of trading and finance, and then take my right decision and also advise other people.
Amazing. Yeah.
Yeah.
And because my best friend, he was
Yes.
born in Fiji. So he
Okay.
has a lot of Hindi culture influence.
Yeah.
He was telling me that gold is a big part of the
Indian community.
Absolutely. Especially it
Yeah.
plays into like wedding, it plays into
Right.
a lot of like,
It's
different
huge.
phases of your life.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think the whole world, the gold from the world goes to India. That's what I feel. Because Indians, no matter where they are, in which country they are, the first thing they look at investment is at gold.
Yeah. And they're very smart because
Yeah,
gold
of course.
is a commodity
It's
that
one of the
has-
best investments, no hustles, no challenges. Any homemaker, any old person or someone who's not even working, someone who's not educated also will know about gold, So it's very easy investment, you
Yeah.
can say. And that's something which always gives you return.
And people, I don't know if, just for our audience as well, gold actually has a lot of utility purposes as
Yes,
well, right?
yes.
They're used in electronics, they're used in different applications, more than just jewelry
Right.
and holding its,
Right.
value.
Also in food.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
There's gold tea in Dubai somewhere
Yeah,
I saw. Yeah.
yeah.
So it's
I didn't know
highly-
about that.
Yeah, there is.
Yeah.
There's a very small kind of paper, gold paper, something like that on the tea, and it's like very expensive, but it's amazing. I would love to try that.
There you go. Yeah.
Yeah.
I know a few years ago, I don't know if he's still a thing, but remember Sal Bay, the guy with the steaks?
Yeah.
And then he had like a steak covered in gold and he
Yes.
charged $1,000 for it.
Yes, absolutely. Even in India, there are sweets which are covered with a gold layer on it. So
Yeah.
it was silver, but now there is gold layer also.
It just elevates the presentation.
Yes. So gold is like, it's like a luxurious a commodity you have.
Yeah.
You can use it in any way, any
Absolutely.
form. Yeah, it's like that.
Our president will agree with that 100%.
Definitely.
So have you made any financial mistakes that you would like to share about?
Yes, I did make some financial mistakes. But again, when I talk about mistakes, any mistake you do in your life, you're a human. You are bound to do a lot of wrong decisions you take. It's neutral, I think. But for me, every mistake I have done, I own it. And I take it as an asset because from every mistake you learn something, And for me, I did some investments with some companies in India. Again, that was not my decision. It was heavily dependent on a third person who was giving me information. And I invested some money and that company was I think drawn or something happened.
What was that in?
I don't remember. It was long back, but that company shut down. Something happened to it. So it was like 5 to 6 lakhs of rupees which had gone. So yeah, again, so that's my mistake. But then I learned that I'm not supposed to depend on a third person. I need to have my own background and homework done.
I think that might have something to do with influence you the way how you see investment, that you
Yes.
want to be in control.
Absolutely.
And you want
I
to
need
learn.
to have, so when I do buy my gold, I know I'm not depending on anyone. to buy my gold. If I have money, I have some savings, I go straight away, take my gold jewelry. That acts as a investment as well as a jewelry for me. So it's always a very easy investment I see as. But then, as I said, I want to venture out in other investments also. So I don't want to but depend on any third person.
So speaking of gold and going back to that, it just is something that I think it's very interesting because there are many different ways to invest in gold, right? You can buy an ETF for gold trust. You can buy the physical gold.
Yes.
You can buy the gold futures. There's a derivative for that. And what is your take on that? What is your go-to? How about that?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I didn't get you.
Well, which one do you prefer? Do you prefer to have the physical thing, or do you prefer to have the representation of gold? Which one?
I would love to have the physical gold because it's easy to get. I mean, you can walk into any gold store and get it, especially in Dubai. The recognition, or what you can say, I don't know, it's called the authentication of gold, it's called, hallmark something.
Okay.
I think that's something very high over here in Dubai. So buying gold over here is really the best investment you can look at. And you can just walk onto any store and take it. And especially when we Indians have a lot of festivals like Diwali, we have Akshaya Tritiya, a lot of festivals. And during these festivals, we have really good promotions. Like you buy 1 tola of gold or 10 grams of gold, and you get like 1 gram of gold free. So it's like,
really?
Yeah, you do get. There's so many offers like that. So it's really amazing, when you can get gold as a gift.
Yeah.
As well. So it's interesting. So whenever these festival comes, especially during Diwali, we Indians buy a lot of gold during this time.
Absolutely.
It's like, in the Indian tradition, it's said that the goddess of wealth is Lakshmi, and you bring gold and it's in the form of wealth.
So it actually attracts wealth as well.
Yes, absolutely.
Oh, that's interesting.
We also have this, I don't know if it's a myth or what, but in Indian community, it's said that you should not sell gold.
That's such a great...
Yes, this is something which all the households, like even my mom, like, oh, you've bought gold? Never. No matter what situation you're in, no matter how much struggle you go through, don't touch that gold.
Okay.
Do whatever you can, but don't touch that gold. So it's like that.
I just want to point out that's so interesting because it really propels wealth then. It propels wealth upward.
Yes.
Because you have gold. You hold on to it. It represents wealth. It also represents having more wealth, right? So you would not sell it unless you absolutely necessarily need to.
Exactly.
So the value of gold never depreciates technically in India.
Exactly.
Wow.
I mean, you go to any weddings in India and you will see ladies with, they're wearing gold like anything. I mean, there's gold everywhere, all over there. I mean, their dresses, you don't see their dresses, you only see gold. So that's something which is outstanding because that's what represents them, Gold is something which represents India. Or India represents gold, I would say.
So for all the audience out there, this is another great reason to invest in gold.
Yes, absolutely.
You
will not go, I mean, this is something which you will not go in return. I mean, you will always have some positive profits in this.
I'm always very curious because obviously we study about different asset class, and when it comes to gold, the traditional way of looking at it is that, because it has this historical content, people value it, but we never really examine it from like a cultural perspective.
Yes.
And from culturally, you guys see it as, a magnet
We
for wealth
treat
as well.
it as God.
It's God. Wow. Okay.
Indians treat gold as God.
Yeah.
Like every household will have gold.
Yeah.
No matter what class they are from, whether they are middle class or they are below poverty level,
Yeah.
they will have gold
So there's
on
a
them.
spiritual value as well.
Yes, absolutely.
Interesting. Wow.
Yes.
Okay. That's definitely very, very interesting for me. I just learned something new today. I would never have imagined that gold has a spiritual value.
Absolutely.
But it does
You see,
make a lot of
I
sense.
bought 3 years back, I bought a gold coin for the rate was around 300 something dirhams over here. Now you see it's 500, 600 something. So see the valuation, how far it's grown.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
definitely there's so much profit. You never disappoint yourself.
There
with
you
it.
go. Yeah.
So, true.
You mentioned earlier that you also have a daughter, 14-year-old. And what if you want to leave a legacy for her? What message would that be?
Yes, this is very important with the new generation which is coming up,
Yeah.
you know. One more thing I would
That
like
would
to
make her because my daughter's 12.
Yeah.
So she's like late Gen Z. She should be late Gen Z as well,
Yes,
right? Okay.
yes.
Yeah.
They are all Gen Zs, and this generation. I see a lot of people blame them for being very lazy or whatever negative things they attach to this Gen Z. But I see this generation; they are so forward, in their thinking. They have their world on their phones. They've already have their phones. Okay, we never had phones back then when we were. At that age, I mean, they can see everything. They can go to America, they can go to Singapore, they can go to Japan, sitting right there in their house. So they have their world in their hands. This generation, I can say, are born leaders. They have that command. I mean, you tell me this: if your kids, they don't listen to you, they will command you. Of course they have their behavioral issues and with whatever the education or the environment is, but they are born leaders. They know what they are doing, they know what they are talking, they know what they want to do in life. So this is the generation which is already advanced. And one message I always tell my daughter to do is, no matter what you do in your life, keep yourself upskilled, learn, gain as much knowledge as you can. Even if you're 50-year-old, 60-year-old, keep learning, because the world is moving faster and you need to keep yourself upgraded. If you're an educated person, people will respect you.
Yeah.
At the end. And people will not make a fool out of yourself, because you are having that knowledge, you have that education mind, you have upskilled yourself, you have your own environment where you've studied.
Unfortunately, I tell my kids the same thing.
Yes.
Education does not stop
Yes.
at 22.
Exactly.
It's a lifelong learning.
Yes. Back then, gone are those days where, girls used to just sit at home, just finish their bachelor's degree and become a homemaker. No, it's not like that. Even if you're a homemaker, I tell my friends who are sitting in their home, they're not working professionally. I mean, go and just learn some skills, go on YouTube, learn those videos, and the art of making a reel. These are so handy for them, and they're so creative, this generation. I mean, there's no stopping to these guys. So I think they will go very far. They'll go very far in their careers. So learning is something which will not stop them.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yes.
Yeah. It's a continued journey.
Yes,
yeah.
absolutely.
Just like us, we're still talking about learning.
We at this age also, we are still talking about learning. I mean, I still feel I need to do so much learning. I mean, I still feel there's so much gap in my skills. So I really need to pull up my socks.
It's a mentality. It's an attitude.
Absolutely.
Yeah. It's not just the degree. It's not just a piece of paper.
Exactly.
Or if I finish a curriculum, it's the mentality and the attitude to want to enrich yourself with more knowledge.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
But how do you learn in a world of AI when knowledge is so available?
You see, the traditional pattern of having those academic degrees are very soon going to be of, of no value, because these degrees were made, or these academic programs were created at the time when there was no AI, at the time when the world was not into so much of advanced level of IT. Now, I think the world is more into skill development. I think it's high time the academic degrees are revamped and looked at again, and the new generation needs to not work on only completing their degrees but also getting them upskilled, and as early as possible. I mean, I would also suggest students from right from the age of 16, when they are completing their HSC, like 12th or their bachelor's degree, please keep these degrees aside and learn something new, venture out. I mean, even if it's like just a small job of doing a plumbing or carpentry or stitching, do all these things, because these are the things which AI will not take over. And in future, the demand for these kind of skills are going to be really high.
Absolutely.
I would say, yeah.
So for our final question, where do you see yourself 10 years from now?
10 years from now, I have definitely not planned that long. I'm someone who's today's person. I don't plan myself for 10 years down the line. Yeah, I just throw myself what comes in front of me. Sure. And then I flex my capabilities and I see what best I can do with myself. And eventually it creates a ladder or a career path for me. So that's something that's my perspective, how I see my life as.
Yeah, all in good hand, all in good time, and all in God's hand.
Yes, absolutely, absolutely.
Nazia, thank you so much for joining us
today. Thank you so much. Thanks, Bobby. It was amazing. It's a wonderful discussion we had. I mean, I could just share whatever best I could from my experiences, and it was amazing to have a chat with you.
This is a great conversation. I think you have so much to share, and a lot of valuable advice for our audience as well.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, because it's unfortunately the education sector is underrated.
Yes, right? Absolutely. It's high time it get that rating what it really deserves.
Yeah, and a lot of people don't understand how important it is.
Yes, absolutely.
And you brought a lot of good things to the table today, so I appreciate that. Thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you so much for inviting me, Bobby. Thank you.
Thanks for watching. If you found this conversation valuable, like the video and subscribe to the channel. And be sure to check out our other videos for more inspiring conversations and practical insights.